Greetings, family. I'm Sister Mathina, Visionary Director and Co-founder for Heal a Woman to Heal a Nation. And over the last 7 years, I have trained over 5,000 professionals, parents, and spoken directly to our youth annually on how to prevent sexual violence from happening in our communities and in our families. As a master trainer and sexual violence prevention specialist, I really want to share with you 5 great tips that you can use to help children understand how to feel empowered about what's going on in their lives and to make really good decisions about preventing violence from happening, and for you to be comfortable to talk with them about this information. So tip number 1, you want to teach children that they are the boss of their bodies. What do I mean by this? No one is allowed to touch them without their permission. And that really starts with you. Please teach them that they can say no, get away, and tell someone if something happens that makes them feel uncomfortable or scared. Give them the tools that they need to know what to do. Tip number 2, do not force children to show affection to adults in ways that make them feel uncomfortable. How often, for example, have you seen a young child, take a toddler, 2, 3, 4 years old, and they're forced to show affection when they're acting shy and hiding behind someone's legs, to an adult that has been in their lives, maybe even from birth. But the point of the matter is, the child gets to decide when they're comfortable enough to walk up and give that person a hug or a kiss or even talk to that person. By forcing a child to show affection, even to adults that they've known their entire lives, you're reaffirming for them a really crucial fact. That if an adult makes me do something or forces me to show them affection, then I have to do it. And that's not really the message that you want to send. Tip number 3, you want to give your child what-if scenarios. What would you do if, and then fill in the blank. Allow the child then to talk to you about what they would do in that given scenario. It gives them the power to understand that they can make really good decisions, and if they feel uncomfortable about the decision, that they can come talk to you. Tip number 4, you want to allow your child to create a list. Create a list of people, friends, professionals, and adults that they know in their life that they can talk to if something makes them feel scared or uncomfortable. And then tip number 5, listen, family, it is a vagina, it is a penis. You want children to have the proper words to use. Let's give you this example. Let's say a young girl goes to the school nurse and she tells that nurse, Joey likes to play with my pocketbook. If anybody's listening, your name is Joey, that's so not me picking on anybody, okay? But I really want to use a good example. So, Joey likes to play with my pocketbook. Well, as a nurse, I'm not thinking that this child is being sexually abused. I'm thinking that Joey's messing with her purse. So it's not a tuna, it's not a worm, it's not a front, it's not a coochie, it's not a pocketbook. It is a vagina or a penis. All right, so let's review those tips again. So tip number 1, teach children that they're the boss of their bodies, right? No one's allowed to touch them without their permission. Tip number 2, you want the children to understand that they don't have to show affection to adults if they don't want to. Tip number 3, give a child a what-if scenario and let them tell you what they would do. Tip number 4, allow that child to make a list of adults that they trust, that if something happened to them, that they can talk to. And then tip number 5, give children the proper words to use to describe their body parts, so there's no confusion if they do have to report an incident of abuse. So this is information that I know will help you talk to children about preventing sexual violence and to give you the information that you need to begin that conversation. Take care, and we'll see you next time.